Hello everybody, and welcome to Hands On with Reef. I'm your host, Meg Griffin. Today we're going to be talking about the Laowa 24mm f/14 probe lens from Venus Optics, a revolutionary lens perfect for macro fans who are looking for the next tool in their kit. This lens is 1.3 feet long with a minimum working distance of 0.8 inches. It is an f/14 24mm wide-angle lens that is only a slender 0.8-inch diameter. The tip of the lens is equipped with a ring light to capture quality images of subjects in hard-to-reach spaces. The front of the lens is waterproof, but to actually utilize this lens underwater, it needs a specialized port adapter such as the Nauticam N120 port adapter. There's a lot to learn about this unusual lens, so let's get started. My first impression of this lens was the length of it. At 1.3 feet long, this lens needs some special consideration for a shore or boat dive. It barely fit in my bag that I typically use to transport my system to the dive site, and I gave it extra consideration when getting into the water. The lens itself is light and comes with its own carrying case, so plane travel isn't as much of an issue. Of course, the whole purpose of this lens requires this unique probe-like configuration, and the shooting possibilities it provides makes it well worth getting used to its unusual proportions. By separating myself and my bubbles from the shot, I was able to get better behavior shots due to my physical distance. You can achieve a similar distance from your camera to the subject with other lenses, such as a 150 or 200mm macro lens. But those are very different types of lenses looking through a lot of water and providing a very shallow depth of field. The Laowa, on the other hand, is a 24mm wide-angle lens that operates well away from the camera, but focuses so close as to provide a truly unique perspective and a sharpness that only comes from minimizing the water you shoot through. Since the Laowa provides the same depth of field as any 24mm shot at a small aperture would offer, many conventional macro shooters will find it more forgiving. The 2-to-1 reproduction capability is due to the lens being able to focus almost to the glass. This provides true super close focus wide angle, or some might even call it wide angle super macro. Nothing else is really quite like it. It is great for video as I was able to create sequences of individual subjects with multiple shots at slightly different distances. You can still achieve a nice bokeh in those extreme close-ups, but you also have the ability to get the whole critter in focus, rather than just its eye. The ring light on the end of the lens is another unique feature that I enjoyed utilizing. While the USB cord that powers the light does have an on-off switch, there's currently no control of the light underwater as the switch gets locked away inside the housing. If you're using a Red Cinema system, you can plug the USB power supply right into the camera, but for other systems, you'll probably need an external power supply. I powered the light with a Zen battery pack that has a USB connection. It fit into the NA5D Mark IV housing right where you would put your flash trigger when shooting optically. And there are flat versions that can fit under the tray in other housings. The power supplies may vary based on the system, as there is no one-size-fits-all solution at this time. So if you're planning on purchasing this lens for a specific camera, it would be best to check with one of the photo pros at Reef Photo and Video to assess which power supply you need. The built-in LED light allows you to really use the probe lens for its intended purpose, getting into dark, hard-to-reach places that would be impossible to shoot otherwise. The trade of it is a very flat light and it can cause backscatter at times, so best to plan the kind of lighting you want to use in advance. Internal or external lighting both have their advantages. I found that the biggest learning curve for this lens was the fact that it's full manual for both focus and aperture. I used a 502 monitor in a Nauticam housing to utilize a focus assist feature that's not native on many DSLRs at this time, but the larger screen also helped. For either photos or video, I would recommend some sort of enhanced viewfinder or monitor to achieve precise focus. Luckily, Nauticam has lots of options for this. To be able to control the Laowa lens's aperture on a DSLR or mirrorless camera, you'll need the Nauticam 70mm extension ring with an aperture control knob. If you're using this on a Nauticam Cinema housing, then you would use the existing zoom and focus controls on your housing. Both the Nauticam Focus Gear and Iris Gear come in a set including the plastic adapters for the two different styles that are an option for any camera, Cinemod and Standard. The Laowa Cinemod lens version features declicked aperture adjustments for smooth exposure transitions as well as cinema-style focus to allow for easier follow focus. It works smoothly with the Nauticam gears and provides a precise focusing ability. In use, the specialty lens proved to have a noticeable learning curve, but it was also a lot of fun to use and provided excellent imagery right off the bat. If you're a macro fan and you're looking to explore a new perspective, then this might be an exciting new option for you. I found myself getting creative with my shots due to the uniqueness of the lens itself and revisiting subjects I had often shot in the past. The only real limiting factor was the inability to turn the ring light on and off within the housing. This lens is available in Canon EF mount, Nikon F mount, Sony E mount, REPL mount, and Pentax K mount, and they do operate with Metabones adapters, whether smart or simple mechanical mounts. For more information, contact us at support.team@reefphoto.com or visit our website at www.reefphoto.com. Thanks for watching Hands On with Reef. I'm Meg Griffin, and we'll see you next time.